What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Leo coming to you guys with yet another video. Coming to you guys today with my WWE Payback predictions. As you all know, Payback is this Saturday, and I was gonna give you guys my predictions of who I think is gonna win these matches, what I think some of these matches could lead to, and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna waste your time, but I don't know. Maybe for me, honestly, this is my little personal opinion on Payback. It has potential to be a decent. I mean, the card is decent. Maybe with the card being decent, they could surprise us with something. I don't know, but for me, Payback it looks okay. I guess it's not nothing. The card as it stands right now, right? It's not the worst, but it's not the best either. It's kind of in the middle of the road for me. Maybe just because that's kind of how they like to do these B-level pay-per-views. But hopefully they surprise us and it becomes better than what we expect. So hopefully that's just me saying that. I want your guys' opinions. So if you guys do come across the video or if you guys are subscribed to the channel, please leave your comment down below. What do you guys think of Payback? Do you think the card is going to be good? Do you think the card is good? And do you think these matches will be good as well? I want to get your opinions in the comment section down below. But we're going to get into it with the first match. We got LA Knight versus The Miz. Me personally, I think LA Knight's going to win this one. I don't I just I wanted to do a little bit of backstory to this, but it's just simple as day. Like LA Knight's gonna win this. They only have The Miz in here because he's a veteran, and I think that will be another big win, I guess, in a sense for LA Knight as they prepare him up the card even more. And I think The Miz is just in a time of his career where he's kind of starting to slowly wind down, but he's still able to go just like Rey Mysterio and AJ Styles. He's still up there with those guys that can still go in the ring. So I do think he is like a safe in-ring worker for LA Knight, can kind of get him just a little bit more. I did hear rumors that there were a possibility we could have got LA Knight and John Cena versus Grayson Waller and The Miz, but I don't think that's gonna happen because I think they already said John Cena's gonna be doing other things, so that match is probably gonna be off the table. Maybe they can do it in the future. We'll see, but for right now, that it stands as LA Knight versus The Miz, who I think is gonna win. Win, you guys. I can speak. LA Knight's gonna win this match, and he's gonna move on to something else. I don't know what it is, but hopefully it's something big that they have in store for LA Knight. But that's who I have to win. But the next match we got to talk about is the United States Championship match. We got the new United States Champion Rey Mysterio defending against Austin Theory. I think this match has potential to be decent. I think who do I think is gonna win though? Rey Mysterio. They literally just put the title on Rey. It would make no sense if they just went backwards and had Austin Theory win the championship right back. I think Rey needs to retain and they can start building Austin Theory back up because I know he gets a lot of hate. I feel like, but I think the thing with him is I feel like for me personally, I like Austin Theory. I do. I just think he needs that one moment that can catapult him to the next level, that can break through the glass ceiling. I think he needs that John Cena, Doctor Thugonomics type of. He needs to be something like that. What I wouldn't say it'd be Doctor Thugonomics, but he needs a moment in his career that can get him all the way to the next level, in my opinion. And I think what you could do with him, I know they've been trying. I think when they lost it the first time, they were in the right direction when they had him. You know, still a heel, but he became more ruthless. He really didn't talk. He talked, but didn't talk as much. He just pretty much went and started attacking people, become more ruthless, didn't care. He dropped the whole selfie thing, and I was liking that. And then when they won the championship, they were still doing good. But then after he did the whole match with John Cena, it really didn't do him in any favors. I feel like it didn't do him in any favors at all because John Cena pretty much told the future. He says, "You're gonna beat me at Mania. If you beat me at Mania, then what?" That's the problem. He beat John Cena, and that's pretty much his gimmick. You can't say his gimmick. That's a gimmick. You beating John Cena should not be your gimmick. Your gimmick should pretty much being, you're being like an egotistical a-hole. Pretty much that's what you should be doing. Beating John Cena is not a gimmick. Beating John Cena is an accolade. That is an accomplishment. Now, I can see, they could have a situation where he wants to, bring it up so often. That's cool, but if you're bringing it up constantly every week, that it becomes a situation where it's starting to become your gimmick. That's what you're known for, and and not even in a good way, because you still, the way the match was supposed to be set up, people wanted it to be something, you know, a match that could be decent, a great opener, and also it benefits Austin Theory because it could get him up the card because he beat a legend. But in a sense, it really didn't, because everything that took place before the match and how the match played out as itself. So that's my whole thing. I'm sorry, I kind of went a little fantasy booking route, but I'm trying not to. But I just want to put that out there. But I do think Rey Mysterio is going to retain, and I think they need to do like a character change for him, or do some type of developing with him as a character. But hopefully they do take care of it, because Austin Theory does believe he's still very young, so there's time. Hopefully that they can do something great with him, because he definitely deserves it. But Rey Mysterio is going to retain the United States Championship. Up next for the Women's World Championship, we got Rhea Ripley defending the championship against Raquel Rodriguez. I think this match probably could be one of the show stealers of the night. It might be a sleeper pick for a lot of people. If you guys haven't seen the matches that they had in NXT, go watch them, because those two women put up banger matches in NXT. They literally have some of my favorite matches that I like to go back and watch on NXT of all time, like on the women's side of things, for sure. So hopefully they can give people a taste of what they did in NXT and bring it to the main roster. Hopefully that they can. But as far as who's winning, Rhea Ripley is going to retain that title. I don't see her dropping that championship until possibly the Royal Rumble or even Mania. I think those are the only two, destinations I think I can see her dropping the championship. Either Rumble or Mania. Only two I can see happening. Outside of that, she's keeping that championship. And yeah, I think it's going to be a good match. But Raquel, she's not going to win. I'm sorry. I would love to see her win, because I think for Rhea, that's probably one of her biggest challenges to date, if we're being honest. Because since she's won the championship, she really hasn't had like no tough competitors. So I think this might be her toughest competitor to date, and definitely give Rhea a run for her money. But I think Rhea's gonna find some way somehow, probably use Dominic to get the edge over Raquel, and leave it at that. I also, who knows, maybe we can see Liv Morgan come back and screw over Raquel, maybe. I don't know what's the severity of an injury as of right now, but hopefully, I mean, that's just a little fantasy booking idea. I'm not going to do that. If you guys see my fantasy booking about Liv Morgan come back, you already know, but we're going to get into it with the next match, a steel cage match between Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus. Now, if you guys didn't see Monday Night Raw last night, Becky Lynch did get the win over Zoe Stark in their Falls Count Anywhere match, and also they teased probably some dissension possibly can be taking place between Zoe Stark and Trish, because Zoe accidentally clocked Trish Stratus and knocked her off, I think, like one of the a little part of the stage or something. I don't know what it was. You guys can comment down below, let me know. But she fell off of that and she went through a table or something like that. So maybe they might play up that whole angle from what happened on Raw at Payback. We will see. But who I think is going to win, I think Becky's got to win this match. I think this whole Becky Trish thing has to end here. Trish, she might go with a little bit, maybe still do stuff with Zoe. We will see. But Becky needs to get this win, and I think Becky should be one of the next few feuds for Rhea Ripley by the end of this year. Because if we're looking at, going back to Rhea Ripley just for a sec, if we're looking at her people that she's competed against so far and what her reign looks like, she hasn't really had that many feuds, and I think her reign is going to end with Liv Morgan. I'm calling it now. You can come back on the video and say you called it, because I am calling it now. Rhea Ripley is going to lose the championship to Liv Morgan at either probably WrestleMania. I think she'll lose it at Mania. But between now and up until then, you can have feuds that she can go up against. She can have, because I think they already set it up with Andy Hartwell being a possible feud for her, maybe, or just a one-off match, because they kind of did that match I think last week. So that match probably would take place. Candice LeRae is a possible feud for her. Becky Lynch could be another feud for her, and Shayna Baszler. Those are 3 to 4 feuds right there that can last between now and Mania. And then when it gets to Mania, you can have Liv Morgan win, and then you can have her go through the roster and all the heels and stuff like that, and yada yada. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to put that out there. But I do have Becky Lynch winning their steel cage match and going to something bigger. And what I believe, and also the next match we got to talk about, Almas cut the video short. But the next match we got to talk about is a street fight. As a tag team street fight match between Kevin and Owens and Sami Zayn, defending their undisputed tag team championships against the Judgment Day of Damian Priest and Finn Balor. I think this match is going to be very good. I really do. I really do think this match is going to be good. I think there's going to be a lot of things to kind of look out for, and from a story perspective, because everything that they've been saying, telling about the Judgment Day. And after last night, Rhea Ripley said something that kind of caught my attention. She said, if you guys can't get along and you guys can't win the championships because you guys can't get along, we're going to probably be looking for new members. She pretty much said something along the lines of, we're going to be looking for new recruits. She said something. She said something along the lines of that. Along the lines of that. So what I think is going to happen, I think Finn Balor and Damian Priest are going to go to blows. I think Finn Balor or JD, I think JD is going to get involved in this match, and it's going to end up costing Finn Balor and Damian Priest the tag team titles. Then when we come Monday, we can have like a discussion about with the Judgment Day, and then maybe Damian Priest is the one that gets outed out because they've been saying good for months. They want to go on a babyface run and be on his own. So maybe this is gonna probably be like the last stop before we actually get Damian Priest being outed from Judgment Day and going on his own as a singles competitor and as Mr. Money in the Bank in the process. So I do think that's gonna probably be a factor. I think JD might be that X factor that ends up costing Judgment Day the tag titles. So I have to say that. But I do have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn retaining the tag team championships. But what I believe is going to be the main event, Seth Rollins defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura. This match has potential to probably be, I think this match is going to be main event. So I do think they need to go all out with this match. I've seen their matches before, and they've done some great matches. So I hope they can do the same here. I like what they've been doing with Shinsuke, with this kind of being doing heel, and they've been doing like the subtitles. I think that kind of adds more to his character because he's pretty much Japanese, so he doesn't really speak, that English that very well. So I think this being part of his character definitely fits him. I think they need to do more with like talent like that. Like if you guys, for like Asuka, Io, have the subtitles be part of what they're saying. So if the people who aren't really accustomed to know and don't understand what they're saying, the fans watching at home can understand what they're saying, and it can add more to their character. So I do think that is a big W for Shinsuke. I know they've been playing up this whole angle with Seth Rollins and his issues with his back. He's been dealing with back issues for years. Honestly, if it was me, I would take the title off of him just because I would want him to be healthy. I would want him to go away and get healthy, and then come back, and then maybe you could have him do a rematch for the championship and then have him win it back there. But I do think Seth Rollins is going to retain the championship here, and I'll just leave it at that. I don't know. I wouldn't be upset if Shinsuke would have won because I do think Shinsuke deserves a world title run, and I hope they do decide to give him a title run at some point with a big championship, like a main event championship. But I just don't think it's gonna be right now. Would I be upset? Like I said, no. But I don't think it's gonna happen. I think Seth Rollins is gonna retain that title. I think he's probably gonna hold that title until Mania. I think they're probably gonna drag out him holding that championship until Mania or something around that point, and then you probably take the title off of him then, and then he can finally go away and get healthy and then come back. And when he does return, it's gonna be a big thing. I think whenever he does drop that title and goes away, when he does come back, it's going to be a very big deal. That I'm calling it now. It's going to be a very big deal when he does eventually return after he drops the title. But those are my Payback predictions. Comment down below. Let me know your Payback predictions. I want to get your thoughts and opinions on Payback as a whole. Do you guys like the card that we have for Payback? Do you think they should have added something? Do you think we're missing something? What do you guys think we should have gotten on Payback? What are some matches that you would love to see would have happened on Payback? Leave it all down in the comment section down below. We're on the road to 700. Super kick that like button, Superman punch that post notification button, and spear that subscribe button. We're on the road to 700. I appreciate you guys kicking to me, and I'll see you guys in the next